YouTube, it's Erin, and I am the Handbag Housewife, and I'm back again with another video. Today's video is going to be an unbagging video. This is an item from Rebag, if you couldn't see the name right there. But it's still in the bag, and I can't wait to get it out of the bag so I can show you what I have. But first, I wanted to talk to you briefly about an item I have for sale. I have two of these little pouch style bags by Teddy Blake, and I love this one because it's a color I don't have in my collection. And these are really cool because you can take the strap and knot it to whatever length you want. So I've got this one at a shoulder length, but then this one is at a crossbody length, as you can see here. I'm going to try it on for you real quick, but I did want to tell you that I am selling this for $175. It's a pretty wide open area. It's called the Stella bag, and I think the color, well, I don't even remember. I want to say it's stone. It does creak a little bit when you open and close it with that hinge, but it does hold a whole lot. Pretty similar to like a Cassie 19 or maybe a little more than that. And when I say Cassie 19, I'm talking about Coach, if you didn't know that. If you want to wear it long shoulder with it adjusted the way that it comes, you can do that. Or you can wear it crossbody. It sits just a little bit high, but not super high. And then if you want to knot it the other way to have it be a shorter bag, you can do that. And that's what I've done here with my blue one. I just think they're really cute, but I only want to have one of these in my collection. I'm trying to not duplicate as much as I have in the past. I still have 3 of some bags, and I have 5 of maybe one style, but mostly what I have is 3 or under of each style. You can put quite a bit of stuffing in this bag. And you can see it just spreads itself out, so it will hold a bunch. Anyway, these are $485 on the Teddy Blake website. I've never used this one, and I just want $175 for it. So it's a super great deal if you're looking for something that gives you those Bottega Veneta vibes. And so that is up for sale. Let's go ahead and get into the bag. It is a Valentino, and I'm going to tell you that I think this very well could be the prettiest bag in my collection. But let's just take a look. I have a lot of pretty bags, so that's a pretty big statement to make. So it has the Valentino dust bag. There's a very light smell to it, but it's not unpleasant at all, and I'm very sensitive to smells. But there she is. This is the Valentino Glamlock bag. Now, this is what was popular whenever their Rockstud shoes were out, but they hadn't yet come out with the Rockstud Spike bag. So this bag is the Rockstud Spike bag's predecessor. Here you can see my Rockstud Spike bag, and it's in a beige color of leather. I don't know the official name of this leather, but then the background of this new bag is in the rose cannelle leather, I believe. That's their most popular, probably nude colored leather. I'm not sure if the interior is microfiber or suede, but it feels like a microfiber, and I like that. I actually prefer that to suede because it just stays looking nicer. Like you can tell, it doesn't need to be brushed to look nice. There are 2 pockets on this side, and then there is a long zip pocket on that side. And so far, from what I can tell with my unglassed eyes, it is pretty well in immaculate condition. The studded spikes run over the top of the bag and back to the pocket. And you can see that this has a bird on it, as well as some sort of a plant. And it is so freaking pretty. There was a Tory Burch bag a while back that had a bird pattern on it, and I loved that bag, but I didn't like that it was fabric and not leather. Like, it wasn't coated fabric, and I was worried I would mess it up, to be honest with you. And so when I saw this bag on Rebag, I was just quite taken with it. And I looked at it for a while and I didn't buy it, But then they ran an extra sale where it was 15% off, I believe, or 10% off the price that it was. And I think I paid around $8.50 for it. And these retailed for over $2,400 when they were available. So let me go ahead and do a really close-up spin of it. You can see we've got embroidery on it, and there's also a pattern that is printed on the leather, and it gives the leather a different texture. So not only do you have the embroidery details, but you also have this beautiful texture that is alternating with the leather. The only damage on this bag that I have found has been just a little bit of indentations on the back side, and there were a couple of loose threads that I trimmed, and then I poked the remainder back in the hole with a tiny bit of E6000 glue on a toothpick, just so that it wouldn't ravel out. But you cannot see those spots that I did that with. By the way, this bag was final sale, and I was okay with that, and it is meeting my expectations 1000%. This is an exotic bag, and it has a lizard on the sides. And one thing about lizard that's really cool is that it's smooth and it doesn't have all the scales that lift up like a snake. And so this feels really good to the touch. And I think it's just the most beautiful shade of mint green. I tried to wear a top that would match the bag today, if you didn't notice. So if you're ever looking for one of these chains from Valentino, this is the same size as the ones that come on the Rock Stud Spike bags, and it's in that champagne gold, which I believe is platinum plated, at least according to a video that I watched where Isabel Style was showing her Glamlock bag in the rose color. It didn't have the printing on it, but that may be why the Valentino hardware holds up so well. There's not any scratching on the plate or on the studs either that I can discern. Now, I haven't looked on these parts to see if there's scratching on them, but just at a glance with my unglassed eyes, I don't see any. So let's go ahead and put on the chain. For any of you who have gotten one of these bags and you don't know how to attach these hooks, you have to put them at a T, or a cross, and then they pop together. And I haven't had, when I've worn it, my bags that have this kind of a closure come apart. So that's a good sign. Now, as you can see, I have the chain on it and it's doubled up. It's not twisted or anything. I'm going to go ahead and try on this beauty for you. I'll probably wear this bag as a shoulder bag, but one thing I think is super cool is that the chain is removable like that. You can also do it as a crossbody. And I'm 5'8", I'm about 148 pounds today, and it works as a crossbody. It's not loaded, but it's not heavy when it doesn't have stuff in it. And this chain does not hurt. I'm particularly sensitive on my collarbone area to chains, and right now it's not bothering me, but it might when it's loaded. One thing that I thought about doing is putting a different strap on this altogether and maybe using it that way as opposed to with the chain. It might make it a bit more casual. So let's give that a try. So I have this leopard or ocelot kind of patterned strap that has a little bit of the taupe color in the middle. And then the leaves also have this gray background in them. So I thought I would give this one a try first. The gold on the straps is a pale gold, but it's not quite as pale as the platinum hardware. The platinum hardware on the Glamlock and the Rock Stud Spike bags is paler than your typical yellow gold. I don't think it clashes. I think it looks pretty good here where it joins, but I'm not sure that this is the strap for this bag. It might be best to find a solid strap. So I just grabbed this strap. This is a strap I've had for a while. I think I got this one from Organize My Bag quite some time ago. It's got vachetta on it, but the vachetta seems to match the bird quite well. So if I were to put this strap on, it might look quite nice. I don't know. What do you guys think? Is that a good match for this bag? Or would you just stick with the beautiful platinum chain that she came with? Let's try just a couple more for fun. The first strap I showed you was from See-Through Purses, and this one is too. If you go to their website, which is seethroughpurses.com, they have amazing straps. And with my code HBHW30, you can get 30% off. While it's not a perfect match, this beige with the silver and cream actually looks pretty darn good with this bag. And the glisten sort of goes along with the lines of the rock studs. I had to turn the brightness down a little bit so that you could appreciate what I was showing you. The last one I was kind of wondering about was the strap that came with my Speedy 20 bandolier, which is a Louis Vuitton strap, but Valentino bags don't really say Valentino on them anywhere. So it's not like I'm saying Louis Vuitton across my chest and then Valentino on the bag. The only place that this bag says Valentino on it is right here, and it's very discreet. But this strap kind of looks pretty with this bag as well. So you'll have to let me know what you think. I mean, I don't think that any of these are a perfect match. I might like the last one from See-Through Purses just a little better with the stripes. But I probably, in all reality, will just wear this bag with the chain on my shoulder. I have a couple other bags in my collection that have artwork on them that sort of makes me reminiscent of this new bag that I have. The first one is this by Kaffe Fassett, and it's sort of a structured bag, just like this Valentino bag is, except for the Kaffe Fassett one has a couple compartments and the Valentino is one compartment. So it should be easier to pack the Valentino than it is to pack the Coach. Compartments tend to take up space, but if you look at the leather on the Coach bag, you have a pattern that's printed on the leather that is three-dimensional, and you really have a very similar effect on the Valentino bag with the addition of embroidery. I find that both of these bags are amazing quality, and the detail on them is incredible, and I consider these works of art for my closet. I just love to look at art like this, and now I've got this one too, and I'm just thrilled. The other Coach bag I have that sort of rivals this one in terms of its beauty is this beautiful blush Courier crossbody that was part of the Rodarte collaboration, and it has leather sequins embroidered on it as well as rivets. This bag is an absolute stunner, and I feel like the embroidery on this Valentino bag is equally stunning. So both of these bags might be considered special occasion bags, and I have heard that the Valentino bag is delicate, and I would have to agree with that, as the only damage I really found was a little bit of imprinting on the back from the chain. Both of those Coach bags are pretty darn durable, but there is a little bit of imprints from the chain, most of which I just rubbed out. And so the leather is malleable, but if you were to get one of these Glamlock bags and it was a solid piece of leather, I think it would show more than if you have a pattern on it. There are amazing deals on these bags on the pre-love market. You can get them for a steal. You can get them for anywhere between $500 and $800 to $900, and they retailed for probably over $2,500 after taxes. This one most likely retailed for even more because of the lizard, but exotics tend to not do well on the pre-loved market because a lot of people just don't like them. But I am okay with it. I like the feel of it. I like that it doesn't have scales that are lifting. And so I'm happy to have this as part of my collection. So you'll have to let me know, do you think this is out of style? Because I don't. It was something that YouTubers were crazy about probably 4 to 6 years ago, and now no one talks about it. But I think it's fabulous, and I wouldn't mind having one more, but I'm gonna wait for that perfect one. So if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, what are you waiting for? Do it and ring the notification bell so that you are notified of future exciting content such as this Also, go find me on Instagram. The name there's the same. It's the @ then the handbag housewife, all lowercase. You can DM me there, or you can email me at thehandbaghousewife@gmail.com. If I don't hear from you, I will see you again real soon. Take care and have a fabulous day. Bye.